feet. Did you know that back in the old ages, people solved Rubik's Cubes with their feet? I know it sounds pretty weird, and trust me, it is. Can you imagine buying a GAN cube only to make it your feet main? 3x3 with feet or FeetCubing has been around for quite a while, but you probably didn't see it in the last competition you went to. Why is that? Because the event was removed in December 2019 after a survey conducted in September 2017 led to 58 people voting against the event and wanted it removed from the WCA. When the WCA board saw the result of the survey, they decided that they would keep feet in the WCA. Only a 4.5% of competitors choose to sign up for feet as well. If it didn't meet the criteria, then it would be removed. Simple as that. So I guess it's pretty obvious what happened. Not enough wanted to compete in the event and led to feet solving being kicked out of the WCA. Now, all of this was pretty common knowledge, but let's dive deeper into why people didn't like feet solving in the first place. First of all, an event needs to be pretty straightforward to learn and have a lot of competition for it to be interesting. The problem in feet was that people just didn't like the idea of it because, it was feet. But there's also some technical reasons which may have led to this fall in popularity. You see, feet solving is a lot like one-handed because the feet just don't have the flexibility as two of our hands combined. This means that whatever method was used to solve the cube would require at least the number of moves possible. Now, if you're a cuber, you probably know the most popular method to solve the 3x3 is C-form. But the only problem with C-form is that it takes a higher number of moves. This problem led to a rise of Petrus and ZZ methods. And since feet need lesser moves, Petrus and ZZ were the go-to methods. But a lot of people had no idea how to solve these two methods. And let's be honest, we all know not a lot of people are going to learn a new method just to solve with their feet. Even Rubik couldn't be used for feet. Another problem was that U moves were also pretty difficult to do because you couldn't really hold the other two layers down. Just to prove how difficult feet solving is, the first world record was a whopping 5 minutes and 44 seconds. But of course, that didn't stop pro FeetCubers, and Mohammed Ayman Kohli brought down the world record to a crazy 15.56. This is probably the only world record that is truly unbeatable because FeetCubing has been removed, probably forever. Now that we know why people didn't like feet much, let's delve into why the WCA didn't like it either. Okay, saying WCA didn't like feet solving is a bit of an exaggeration because they did try to save it. In fact, they even changed the format of their event to count the number of times in an average of 5, like other 9x9 events, rather than a meet of 3. This made feet solving slightly more easier to adapt and gave cubers a higher chance of getting better times. But with all said and done, it still didn't work out because feet solving, along with being considered unhygienic and unsanitary, also caused some other problems at competitions. This included the fact that feet solving required much more space than one table because you had to solve the cube on the floor. This led to space being restricted as lesser solves could happen at the same time. And the longer the competitions were, the more expensive they were to organize, which means that the competitors will have to pay higher prices. Scramblers were not also always pleased to scramble a cube with their hands that had been street solved by somebody's big toe. A lot of this controversy went on for around 3 years, and after the world record in 2019, 3x3 was officially removed from the WCA from 2020 onwards. Looking back, it was probably a good decision to remove feet solving before 2020 because, the whole pandemic thing. Anyways, who knows if 3x3 with feet might come back, but you know what isn't coming back? Our birthday merch.
Okay, subscribe, bye.